Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream, along with the Big Bad Booty Daddy.
You know who it is, man. What's the vibes?
Yes, sir. Man, what's going on, man?
Man, chilling, right?
You going to Kentucky?
Yeah.
What you say with the Wildcats? You talking about, is that a team?
Yeah, the Kentucky Wildcats, man.
So you gonna be in Kentucky? You leaving us, man? Come on, man. How long you gonna be in Kentucky for? And it's frozen. You said what?
I said I'll probably go down there and become a professional wrestler or something. You never know, yo.
Are you serious?
You can hear me, son?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. You was your live was your stream was going in and out. You said probably become a professional wrestler. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Are you seriously going? Ant, you going down there to become a professional wrestler?
No.
I'm serious. You're going down there to be a professional wrestler. I mean, do your thing, man. You only getting over?
No, man. I'm just going down there for a little vacay. You know.
Okay. Yeah, man. Don't go. We need you, man. We need you, man.
I'm still gonna be around. I'm still gonna be active in the group, you know.
Yeah.
It's just my scenery gonna be different when I be on a live with y'all. Now y'all might see like deers in the back, mooses running around. I don't know. You know.
Who do you know in Kentucky? I'm just curious. Who do you know in Kentucky?
I got cousins down there. I got mad family down there.
Is your family originally from Kentucky, or most of your family?
Nah. Like one side, like the older generation is like like most of the older generation is from that, like down there, like West Virginia, Kentucky. Like my family's like really deeply rooted in West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like my grandfather came from West Virginia to New York.
Oh, okay. Oh, so okay. That's what's up.
But out of all 11 kids, he was the only one. No, him and his sister are the only two that moved to New York, and then everybody else scattered all over the place: Pittsburgh, Ohio, Maryland. Some stayed in West Virginia. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. All right. I mean, so how long you gonna be down there for?
I'll probably be down there until July.
July? Oh, that you're gonna be down there for a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down there for a little while.
I mean, will you still stream? Shoot, I mean, come on, man. I don't care. Put the mooses in that live, man. Put the bears and the mooses in that live, man. Put them in the live. You probably put one of your belts on their antlers or something. Hanging on the antlers, you know what I mean? Put them in the live, man. But yeah, man, that's good, man. It's always good to get away, get away from the city at least. I lived in the city most of my life, so it's always good to get away.
Little 13-hour bus ride. That's nice.
Yeah, man. Make sure you have your iPod charged, your phone charged.
Yeah, I'm on the Greyhound. They got the chargers on the bus, so.
Yeah, right. They do in the seats, on the side, in the seats. Yeah, in the middle or on left or right hand side. Yeah, man. But
not flying again.
Why not?
I don't know, man. That was a bad experience the last time I flew.
How long was the flight? Like 3 hours?
Because I remember I was in that buddy pass system. Remember I had to wait for my flight for mad long.
Oh yeah. Oh nah. Yeah. Nah, I don't like that buddy pass system. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, not at all. Oh no. Jay does that sometimes. Jay, he flies like that sometimes. I'm like, I don't know how you can do it, man. Be in the airport that long, just waiting for a flight. I can't do it. I need to know where my flight is taking off and go.
Yeah.
I worked in the airport where, and I worked in 2 airports. I worked in Houston Airport and I worked in North Carolina Airport. And I seen what it's like when a flight gets canceled, when a whole flight gets canceled, and people can't get on their flights. They gotta wait. You know, when they push flights back, like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes a whole day, sometimes 2 days, sometimes 3 days. I've seen it, yo. So I know what it's like to be sitting there waiting on a flight. I can't stand it.
Word.
I just thank God that every time I flew, I never had a canceled flight. All my flights left on time. For the most part, they left on time. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to this wrestling. All right, guys.
Let's
You
get
guys
to
are
it, man.
Yes, sir. If you guys are joining us, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to the page. And also, don't forget to join the group. If you are on Facebook, join us on the group. On Twitter, I got a Twitter page. I don't be on that. I don't be on Twitter like that. But yeah, join the Twitter page. I gotta be on Twitter. Yeah, we gotta be on Twitter. Yes, sir. So Monday Night Raw, Cody gets jerked again.
Thank God.
I don't. You seriously hate Cody? You hate Cody like that, man?
Yeah, thank God. That was the greatest one ever.
As a matter of fact, let's talk about Backlash as well. Backlash and Raw. Let's just put it all together. I thought Backlash altogether was a pretty good pay-per-view. Thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, Backlash was great. I ain't see nothing wrong. I ain't seen nothing wrong with Backlash. Backlash was great, man. Bad Bunny, I'm not gonna lie, man. Him and they gotta give me Bad Bunny and Logan Paul, but we're gonna talk about that another time. But Backlash was great. The car was. You look at the car, you're like, it's like a Raw show.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then Io and Bianca had a crazy match. It was like,
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
Io woke up niggas' eyes.
Well, Io always been dope because remember when in NXT, she was always a great wrestler at NXT. She was always dope.
Yeah, she was always dope, but she woke up. A lot of people be doubting her.
Yeah,
she woke up a lot of people this weekend.
Yeah, those Japanese wrestlers, those women wrestlers, man, they wrestle like dudes, yo. They're the truth. They're the truth, man. We seen it in Asuka. Io Shirai was good. I think Io was good. Kairi Sane was good, but she didn't really get the chance that she could have gotten. You know, she was on the vent, so she didn't get to shine like she could have shined. But yeah. Well, actually, I didn't get to see that match though. The Bianca Belair. I want to be over here capping. I didn't get to see that match. It's the only match I missed. I came in on a Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory match. And Austin Theory did it again. One thing I definitely learned about this one thing I think we're learning about these pay-per-views and learning about these Raws and learning about how they're putting these storylines together is that you don't need to have multiple title changes in order to have an entertaining show. You don't need to have quick changing title changes to have an entertaining show. Like I like how Triple H is doing it with the champions. Like he's solidifying the champions. And I said this a long time ago. I was like, yo, as long as like belts on the champion, so that way we have some faith to put in the person who has the belt, especially if it's somebody you like, you know. That whatchamacallit Austin Theory match is dope. I liked it.
I was about to ask you about it. You said you came in during the Bronson Reed. How you feel about Bronson Reed now?
I mean,
how you feel about Bronson?
You know, I'll be honest with you. How do I feel about him? I think he's good. I like him better than Karrion Kross.
Yeah. I can understand that.
And honestly, like if you look at both of them, like if you would look at both of them in a lineup, and you would have a pick or have a choice, and it's like, all right, who would you choose, Bronson Reed or Karrion Kross? Your first, like I think like the popular vote would be, Karrion Kross. Like he looks like the guy. He looks like that guy. But then when you see them both in the ring and just watching just how they wrestle and how they put together their matches and just the entertainment value, Bronson Reed definitely has more entertainment value. He has better matches. He's better to watch. Karen Cross has a better gimmick, but he needs to put it together. But I think Bronson Reed got something if they keep pushing him. But I like him. I think he's good. I'm not a big fan of Bronson Reed, but I never say never. So you can always sell me on somebody as long as you can give me a good character. You know what I mean?
I think he just needs a mouthpiece.
I mean, he
Bronson
does.
Reed, he needs a mouthpiece.
He does.
I think him and the Miz would have been good.
If Miz was like his manager?
Yeah.
You know what? I think Miz definitely needs to do that. Like as soon as Miz decides that he wants to stop wrestling, that's what he needs to do. Lana772 says, hello, Lana. Hello.
What's up?
Lana. Thank you for joining us, Lana.
But I feel like how they was doing with Ciampa and Miz.
Yeah.
Like you see how they was having like that, like, oh, this is my guy and this and that. It didn't work. Yeah. That didn't work for Ciampa because Ciampa's a small dude. And it was like, what? All right. Now you put Bronson Reed in that role, it's like, oh, okay, I can see what Miz is doing there.
I mean, it depends on how
Dolphin Big E, remember?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but that was a little different. That was actually pretty dope. They didn't play that out long enough like they could have. But I think with Miz and Tommaso Ciampa was wearing all those bright colors, looking like a roadblock, looking like those little safety signs, caution signs on the road. I didn't like the color the color patterns with him. As far as how it fit his character, it didn't fit him. Like it fit the Miz. It worked well for the Miz, but not for him. That's the thing. It's like I don't feel like it worked well for him. But if he would have marketed him as something darker, had him, change his colors on his costume, market him as something darker, as far as that kind of performer, they would have had something, They could have had something. He could have been. I mean, because Chris Benoit was a small guy. He was big, but he's big for a small guy. But at the same time, it was just like when he got in the ring, you seen an animal come out. It was a different thing. And Tommaso Ciampa has that ability. He's a great in-ring performer. But if they just promoted him as something darker, yeah, he's small. But again, Kurt Angle was not a small. Kurt Angle wasn't a big guy, but he was a wide dude, but he wasn't a big guy. But Lana says, I heard that Gunther is debuting next week on Raw. Yep, I heard so too. Gunther is going to debut on Raw. He's definitely probably going to announce his lengthy Intercontinental title reign. Hopefully he breaks Honky Tonk Man's title reign. Me and Ant was talking about that maybe 2 shows ago about him breaking Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental reign. If he goes, I think if he goes up, I think if he reaches November or maybe December, Survivor Series, he'll be breaking it.
Yep.
So Survivor. So we got November. We got to November.
It'll be this Survivor Series or next one of them.
When did he win the title? What was it? Let me see.
I think he got 300 days.
No, he's definitely passed. He's past a year now, I think.
Yeah, I think he got like 325, right?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. I think he might be more than that. Lana said April. He won a belt in April. Okay. So we're in May right now. He's past a year. I know he's past a year now. So let's see. Here we go. We're about to find out right now. All right. So Lana says April. So he won it. He won it June. He won it June 10th of 2022. He's not past a year. I'm totally wrong. Yeah, so he's had it about 333 days. He beat Ricochet
Yeah, I was
for it.
close.
Yeah, you were close. No, actually, yeah, you were close. You were close. You way closer than me. You
Did
said
he?
330. As a matter of fact, you was right on it.
Did he beat Ricochet or did he beat Nakamura?
He beat Ricochet. He took the belt off Ricochet. Yeah, he took the belt off
Oh, I thought
Ricochet.
it was Nakamura.
So we in May. So June will make a year. June 10th will make a year. And then so June, July, August, September, October, November. 3, 6, 9. I'm terrible at math. Sometimes I could be terrible at math. I think November. Yeah, November should be close to him breaking that reign. Yeah. As a matter of fact, yeah, you're right. Yeah, November should be close because Honky Tonk Man had the belt 454 days.
Why I thought he had it for 2 years.
You said what? You thought he had it
I
for 2
thought
years?
Honky had it for 2 years.
Nah, he had it for like a year and some months, like a year and a half, or close to a year and a half. Wasn't that long, but it wasn't. It sounded like it though.
I think Gunther gonna go. I think Gunther gonna be a double champ, yo.
You know what? I thought about that too, but I could easily see Gunther taking the belt off Seth Rollins, taking that world championship off Seth Rollins. I could see him doing it. Lana says the Brawling Brutes need to split up. They do. The Brawling Brutes, you know.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah.
That's over.
Yeah.
I think that's done.
Yeah. I'm I
think that's done. Because they supposed to be turning Butch supposed to be going back to Pete Dunne.
He needs to.
I think that's done.
He definitely needs to. He definitely needs to. He needs to go back to the Bruiserweight. But what are they gonna do with what's the other guy name? What's the dude?
Ridge Holland?
Huh?
Ridge Holland.
Yeah, what are they gonna do with him?
They could keep him and Pete Dunne as a tag team. They need more tag teams, yo.
They do. They actually need to feature more tag matches. I mean, I think like maybe one tag match. I mean, we are getting like at least one tag match on one Raw and one SmackDown. We need that consistently. Like they don't need to like take that out of the equation, every time we have a Raw or SmackDown with a bunch of single matches. We do need a stronger tag division. And they do need to show a little bit more to Street Profits, more to Street Profits, more to other tag teams. They do, but we usually get like one tag match, one male, one female.
Like they need to like with Veer and Jinder Mahal and them, they need to stop promoting them and just bring them on Raw already. Like, come on.
So who do you think should take the belts off of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
What they gonna do with that? They gonna keep the belts like that?
They're gonna have to split the belts up. They're gonna find a way. But I think it's gonna happen when they lose the belts. That's when they're gonna split the belts up.
Who did I see them losing to?
They have to defend.
Ain't nobody else.
It'd be better if they do. It's about that time. But they will be definitely defending their belts at Night of Champions. So I think we're going to see not just a new world champion, but we may see a title change, another title change.
I think we may see.
Huh?
You think they're going to face the Usos again?
They've been feuding with them from what I heard, the rumor is that they can't the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are not going to Saudi Arabia, and at
Yeah, they're
Night of
not.
Champions, every title will be defended. So if they decide not to go to Saudi Arabia, because remember, I think last year or the year before, whatever year it was, they didn't want to go because of what was going on, their political stance, and they decided not to go. So if they decide not to go, then more than likely Triple H is going to take the belts off of them, put it back on the Usos or put it on somebody else, and have them hold the belts.
It's not Ricochet and Braun.
Ricochet and Braun.
Yeah, as long as it's not them.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I thought you were saying for them. Oh, yeah. As long as it's not them, I don't. I think they should. I definitely Street Profits. They need to hold on to the belts for like a good year. They need a long run for that with those belts. They need a solid run. They deserve it.
They need to build that tag division back.
They definitely do. So, what did you think about? All right, what did you think about the Brock and Cody match? That was a good match.
That was fire. That was Brock's best match, yo.
That was Brock's best match, yo. That was Brock's best match in a long time. I seen that match, and I'm watching how everything is happening. Cody runs in. You know what I mean? Cody comes out first. Brock comes out second. Brock is outside. Cody runs. He jumps on Brock. He's beating on Brock. He's trying to get the head start on Brock. And it was just great storytelling. You know, Cody, the storytelling in that match was that Cody didn't literally try to like out muscle him. He didn't really try to out wrestle him. He just tried to put him down as quick as possible because he was a bigger guy. And he just jumped on him as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the head start. And then once he did that, he knew that at some point Brock was going to overpower him, which Brock did. And then knowing that Brock overpowered him and that, you know, whatever arsenal he had wouldn't put him down, and knowing that wrestling, like Cody knew the longer he wrestles Brock, the smaller his chances would be for winning. And when Brock put him in that Kimura lock, he seen that opportunity, put his shoulders to the mat, match is over. I was like, that was a great finish. And it was smart. He took the corner of the turnbuckle. Brock seen it, but he found a way to make him run into it, split his head open, found a way to outsmart Brock. Now,
Brock's a beast for doing that on his own.
No, he is.
On that turnbuckle like that.
He is. No, he is. But it's moments like this when Brock actually has good matches like this or good storytelling matches where he actually. And I think, the funny thing is, I think his feud with Bobby Lashley made him slow down in the ring a little bit. Because when he was fighting Bobby in the ring, Bobby was like really trying to put a match together with him. You've seen it, like you've seen how everything was working. Everybody before that, like after that whole SummerSlam, after he came back from the UFC, it was like all his matches have been suplex, F5, suplex, F5, suplex, F5, bear hug, here and there, throw you to the turnbuckle, but just suplex, and then F5 and the match is over. He wasn't doing anything. We got a spine. I think not a spine bust. I think we got like a spine bust out of Brock. Something different, like an Oklahoma Slam. Something different. It wasn't a suplex.
Yeah.
It was different. Lana says, I heard that Karrion Kross is next up to face Roman Reigns. They shouldn't feed Karrion to Roman like that. They shouldn't. I mean, if he's fighting Roman, it should be only just to lose. I mean, I just hope it ain't to win. I tell you that much. If
you know what I like about the draft, I'm glad that SmackDown got all the superstars, and the only real ones on Raw is Cody and Seth, outside of Sammy and KO, because now Shinsuke Nakamura is gonna get that push that we always wanted him to get.
I was hoping that he made it to the next round. I was hoping, but the whole. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. He's definitely gonna get the push. It would have been dope to actually see him win the world title over Seth.
I think his first feud is gonna be him and Finn.
Shinsuke and Finn.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. I would have preferred Shinsuke to win the title over Seth. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really feeling this whole Seth Rollins world title thing.
It's time. It's time.
I mean, it is time, I guess, man. I mean, well, we'll see what happens. we'll see what happens. You think it's gonna be great? I mean, it's gonna be good because
we know nobody from SmackDown is winning.
Ain't nobody from SmackDown. You know who might win from SmackDown? You know who gonna win? You know who gonna win from SmackDown? Edge.
Who? You think so?
Edge. Don't be surprised. I don't think so.
In Saudi, right?
Huh? You say because of what?
Saudi Arabia, because the show's in Saudi Arabia, they don't want Edge, right?
They probably are, but the reason why I said Edge was because for some reason Edge beat the Demon at WrestleMania. I don't know why. That made no sense to me. And then out of nowhere, he just like pops up in the tournament, and you ain't see this guy after he wrestled. Since he wrestled at WrestleMania, like he just beat the Demon to dismantle Judgment Day. Judgment Day is still going, and then it's like now he pops up in the tournament. I think it's going to be a random thing where they just going to have him. I mean, it could be a random thing where he could win the belt. I doubt he wins the belt. I know Seth is going to win the belt, but if Edge wins the belt, I'm like, whatever. And then give some like corny speech about, I never thought I would have made it and all this other stuff, and talk about I finally made it back from neck surgery and all this other jibber jabber. And then, they're going to turn around and give the, and then they're going to turn around and have him lose the belt. I don't know. But I can see Edge. I think if Vince McMahon was still in power, he'd probably have Edge win the belt. But I think Seth is going to win it. I think Seth is going to be the guy. Why was we... he said, why was WWE mentioning Drew on Instagram and he's been gone for a month plus? His Twitter account went black. They're probably still in talks. They're probably still in negotiations about his contract. But this is what I feel. They're trying to promote him because they're probably still in talks. That's why they're still talking about it, because they mentioned him on Raw. But I think this is what I think about Drew concerning like his whole WWE situation. Feels like he should be in a heavyweight title pitch and feel like he should get a heavyweight title shot. It feels like he should be on top, like everybody else in that locker room. And he feels like, now's his time, and now's the time for WWE to pull the trigger on him. And I feel like his issue with probably not signing is because he's not getting put in that top spot.
I think it's all part of his new gimmick.
Him just like disappearing and coming back?
Yeah, as a heel.
That would be better. That would be dope to help him to have him reinvent himself.
Yeah. Have him come back as a heel, yo. That's how I look at it. I'm thinking this is his new gimmick.
Get rid of the kilt and get rid of the sword.
Yeah, some like black level jacket shit.
Word.
You go on Raw and SmackDown, start beating everybody ass because he a free agent until he get what he wants. And
come back with the whole, with that whole black robe again.
Yeah, that's how I see him coming back. Like coming back, being out of control, and then they gonna ask him, "Yo, what do you want?" "Oh, I want Roman." And I'm not gonna stop until you give me Roman.
So you definitely not feeling this whole Cody thing. You're not feeling Cody taking the belt off Roman.
I see that's what they're building it to be. It's like a redemption tour.
To who?
See what they do for Cody. They about to have him start always like Cena, like when Cena lost to The Rock. Like when Cena first lost to The Rock. That's how I see it happening.
Lana says they didn't make him a free agent. That's the part I'm mad about. They didn't make, but he's drafted to Raw.
He is?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Drew was drafted to Raw.
I don't think so.
He was on the roster. He's part of the draft. He was drafted.
So you think he went to Raw?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's on Raw. I could be wrong. He might be on SmackDown. I gotta look at the draft list. but I know he was drafted for sure. But you want to see Drew take the. I mean, well, Drew is a heel. Drew is a heel be better. If Drew was a heel, yeah, I could take Drew as a heel. I could take Drew as a heel.
I'm telling you, Drew is a hill beating Roman, yo.
Drew Hill. I could take Drew Hill. Drew Hill. I could take him as a hill. I could take him as a hill. Like him being a hill, I could do it. Yeah, I could stomach him. But him trying to do the whole hero thing and him being a guy that everybody's cheering for, nah, ain't feeling it.
I don't think they're gonna cheer for him no more when he come back.
I think once he turned heel, he needs to be a anti-hero.
What, like Stone Cold?
Yeah.
Start beating Triple H's ass every week on Raw.
Yeah. Yeah. See, but that's the thing though. It's like, because like for Seth Rollins, right? What makes Seth Rollins work is Seth Rollins is like if the Joker was a good guy. Like that's how Seth Rollins' character comes across. You know, so Seth Rollins has giving us this ambiguous, crazy genius kind of wrestler. Like he's a crazy genius. Like he's great in the ring, but he's just, androgynous, with his dressing and his appearance. And she said, nope, he got drafted to Raw. Yeah, he got drafted to Raw.
Oh, all right.
He got drafted to Raw. So, so he's giving us like this whole kind of heel, kind of, not a heel, but he gives us kind of like, because Seth Rollins kind of gives you a heel feel, even though he's not a heel.
Yeah, he's not a heel.
But that's what makes it work. Because Seth Rollins trying to be this guy that everybody rallies behind. It's like, nah, dog. Like, we want to be the guy that we cheer for because you're entertaining. It's like, stick to that thing. Like John Cena was the rally guy, but nonetheless, he whatever. But some people have the hero factor. Seth Rollins does not have the hero factor, even though he is in some respects or regards considered like a hero, but he's not a hero. He's like an entertainer. He's like, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to entertain everybody, blah, 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 kind of dude. But he's not that guy that you're like, I don't see Seth Rollins as a Hogan or a Austin, but he has the ability to be as big as them if he just stays with that whole persona. I don't know if it's big. He don't have that kind of charisma, but he has charisma because he dresses weird.
Nah, he don't dress weird.
Who, Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
And come on,
swag.
Son.
That's swag, yo.
Come on, son. That's swag. So you would wear one of his outfits in New York?
Yeah. Fashion Week. I'm telling you.
Nah, no Fashion Week. You're talking about Fashion Week. I'm talking about right now. Right.
I'm talking about Fashion Week, brother.
In the middle
of right now.
In the middle of May, I want to see you walk outside with the high heels on, and a bell bottom pink pants and a little Jeff Jarrett little top with the joints. Like you got like little shirt, like a shirt showing and his chest showing, and just walk outside.
That was ring
like
gear,
that.
Man.
With the little wig glasses.
That was ring gear, man. You can't do that. That was ring gear.
Yo, this dude was wearing a woman's suit on Raw.
Yeah, when I was there, he had the big red boots. When I went to Raw, he had the big red boots.
Or the was it the Mario boots?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Mario boots on. He was swagged out that day.
Lana says, she says, is Sheamus in the, I think she says, Sheamus is in the tournament Friday. He is.
That don't mean nothing, no.
Sheamus. So
without Gunther, Sheamus does not put on bangers, bro.
Exactly. Facts. All right, so here's my question. Who do y'all think going to win for SmackDown? The SmackDown tournament?
AJ Styles.
I hope not.
You don't want it to be Seth and AJ? That's a fire match.
It would be a fire match, but they had those matches already.
Did they really though?
You know who I think it should be two people.
Who?
Well, the only I think it should be what's the guy name? Austin Theory.
You think so?
Because of the history.
Yeah, they do got history.
I feel like this. If it wasn't, I feel like this, right? If Finn Balor would have won and beat Seth, it should be Finn and Edge fighting for that title at Saudi Arabia, right? And then if it's because of the history, right? If it's Seth, it should be Seth and Austin Theory because of the history. But I think because the Saudis probably want Edge, it's probably going to be Edge for some reason.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, because the Saudis in Saudi Arabia. If it was somewhere else, it would have been Theory. All the way, hands down. It would have been Theory. Nobody else. Theory probably would have won the whole damn thing.
She said Bobby Lashley's in it too. Bobby's on SmackDown, right?
Yeah, he's on SmackDown.
If Sheamus or Bobby are one of the winners, to me, that would be fresh. That'll be like, oh, there's no story tie-in. This is just, these guys are just going at it, and they're going to make something out of it. She said, hey, Pops Reviews. He says, hey, once again, keep up the good work, gents. I love your channel. God bless you guys. Appreciate you, Pops. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate you, Pops. What's going on?
He said, love. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Yeah, man. I think. Who do you think gonna win it? Who do you think gonna win the tournament?
I think I got Seth all the way, but I wouldn't mind seeing Seth and Lashley though too. They got history too.
I don't think Rey Mysterio is going that far. He's jobbing.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I think he's part of the tournament on SmackDown.
Oh, I thought somebody said they took Rey Mysterio.
I thought Rey was on whatchamacallit. I thought Rey was on Raw. Rey need to retire. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of seeing Rey wrestle.
Yeah, it's time for Rey to go home.
Rey need to let it go, man. Rey Mysterio need to let it go.
That's enough. There's no one in the back. Rey gotta go home, bro.
Yeah, I'm done with the whole Rey thing. For real. I'm tired. It was funny. His match at WrestleMania was good. It was hilarious. You know, he definitely would pull out that belt and started spanking Dominic. But
yeah, that was crazy.
But other than just seeing Rey,
hit him with the chancleta. He hit him with the chancleta too, right?
What's that?
Then he hit him with a slipper.
Oh, the slipper? Nah, but they had it at whatchamacallit. They had it at
Backlash.
At Backlash, where whatchamacallit, I think Zelina Vega came down to the ring with one, started waving in the air. If she would have spanked
her mom fathered her.
If she would have spanked Rhea. She should have spanked Rhea Ripley with it. I thought she was going to do it, but she didn't do it.
She threw it at her.
She threw it at her. Nah, she should have spanked her with it, because that's what you're supposed to do with it. You're supposed to spank it. Let's get the spanking with it.
He threw it at her. Used it as a weapon.
Theory's in it. Yeah, Theory's in it. But
I want Theory to win though.
I want
Theory guy, man.
I definitely do. But so this is my thing. This is my thing, right? I don't feel like Seth Rollins should win.
Why not? He's the hottest thing on wrestling right now.
He is. But I'm gonna tell you why I don't think he should win, because Seth Rollins already had so many honors. He won a Royal Rumble, right? He beat Brock Lesnar at a WrestleMania for the Universal title. He's held a Universal title, right? He cashed in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania to win his first World Heavyweight Championship. So he won a WrestleMania. Plus, he won a WrestleMania and cashed in the Money in the Bank. right? He was the first inaugural NXT champion, right? Plus, what was the other thing? Yeah, he was a double champion. He was a World Heavyweight Champion and a United States Champion. And they built a statue for this guy. Why? I don't know. But they built one.
Whatever happened to that statue?
I think it's in a museum or something. Well, it was destroyed. It got destroyed. I think John Cena destroyed it.
No, Sting.
Oh, yeah, Sting destroyed it. Right. He destroyed it. Yeah, so... And it was just like, what? I'm like, what you building a statue for this guy for? I'm like, come on, son.
Yo, he did. Yo, did he win? And then you didn't. And he won the Rumble too, right?
Yeah, he won the Royal. He won the Royal Rumble. He had to. Yo, he had way too many honors already. Didn't make him like the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, he won't be the first. He'll just be.
Yeah, he won't be the first.
He won't be the first, but he'll be the guy that just wins it. You know, I think that should go to some. I mean, I think it should go to somebody else.
Like who? It gotta be. It should have. But he's United States champion. You're gonna make him a double champion?
Why not?
Nah, it's too soon for Theory to be a double champion.
It is too soon. But I mean, he'll be young. He'll be a young champion. He'll get more heel heat. They'll boo him more. He's already a heel. They hate him. But what, it's just like, listen, it's like, what better way to solidify your champion by giving them those honors? Like, that's how we believed in the heels because of the things they accomplish. You could be a heel and people just boo you because you just suck. You got Chad Gable and whatchamacallit, Chad Gable and Otis. They're great wrestlers, especially Chad. Chad's a great wrestler who don't get his due. But nonetheless, if we had Chad Gable accomplishing more, he'll be more of a believable heel. People will start creating banners for him. People will cheer him more. But it's based on what they accomplished that makes people believe. Like, again, Roman Reigns is a heel, right? He's supposed to be booed. Why is he liked?
Because Roman's the man. He got that machismo, man. He's oozing machismo.
But remember, before he was even being cheered, he was being booed.
Yeah, because he couldn't cut a promo.
Right. Austin Theory is like 26 years old. Yeah. A young champion, like Randy Orton. Remember Randy Orton won his first World Heavyweight Championship? He was like, what? 22, right?
Randy was 24.
24, right. 24 years old. Dude won a World Heavyweight Championship. And he was supposed to be that guy he was supposed to be Cena. But then he messed that all up. But yeah. Austin Theory. Put the belt on Theory. I'm
why
fine.
Why not put it on Shinsuke Nakamura?
I'm fine with that too. I think Shinsuke should have won. If not Shinsuke, Finn. Seth Rollins winning was like predictable. Everybody's going to cheer for Seth, but I think it may be I don't know if it's going to be. My thing is this, right? This is what they can do, right? I feel like they should give the honor, right, to give the honor to like somebody like Theory, right? Put the belt on Theory, right? Put the World Heavyweight Championship on Theory, right? But they're not going to put on Theory. They're going to put on somebody on Raw. So more than likely it's going because it's not going to happen. But anyway, but if he does get the belt, he just goes to Raw. But anyway, put the belt on Theory. Theory holds on to the belt up until WrestleMania. Seth Rollins takes the belt from him. Then you can keep building a storyline from there. Or have time to build a storyline, with Seth as to who Seth's first competitor would be. But nonetheless, it will give Seth a match at WrestleMania because if Seth wins the title, right, he's going to have to face somebody at WrestleMania, or they're just going to have a fighting champion, and build a storyline with him or behind him, which they're probably fine with. But, I don't think they would want to wait.
I think Seth's going to end up losing to Cody again. Because I think it's gonna be. I really think next year's WrestleMania is gonna be Cody and Gunther.
I think so too. If not this year, then if not next year, then the year after next.
I really think it's gonna be Cody and Gunther, yo. I don't know why I really think it is.
I really think that I think Gunther's going to win the belt next year because they're going to have him hold on to the. He's going to hold on to the IC belt for a while. And that's what I like about his reign is that this is what I love about this is what I love about what Triple H is doing is that the consistency in the character is the consistency in the characters that come up from NXT to the main roster is staying the same. Yep. Like he keep like anybody's storyline that he was able to preserve while Vince McMahon was in power, that their character was, their character, the strength of their character or however their character was developed in NXT, grew into in Raw while Vince was in power. Once Vince left, power of creative, Triple H kept the consistency of those characters. Like, all right, we will keep it like this, but we're going to write the story like this. But one thing I like is that Gunther was saved. Gunther was definitely saved. Like Vince came out of power. They was really about to job him out.
Oh, Vince
was about to job him out, bro.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I read a whole article. It was like, yo, they said the article was talking about how Triple H came in at the right time. They was like Vince McMahon wasn't completely sold on Gunther. He was having talks about having him drop the belt. This is when he had the belt for like maybe 130 days or 130 or 60 something. He was close to like 160 or something like that. And his reign was becoming, like he was coming into that time where he was getting that length, running up on the days he was champion. And yeah, sure enough, in that article, Vince was talking about having him jobbed out. He was going to lose the belt and they were going to job him and Imperium out. I was like, yo, this guy is crazy, B. Now, in the eyes of what Triple H has done, is like he's believable. You kept the consistency of the character. He's believable. He's likable. He's the impression of him being this heel or who he is. It's like, yo, you could definitely believe that if Gunther goes up against Roman or if Gunther goes up against whoever's the World Heavyweight Champion, it's a problem. You know what I mean? But that's what I like about what he's doing with these champions is that he's making them believable. And at any given moment, if they were to lose the belts, when that right time strikes, they can take that belt off of whomever has it, under the right circumstances, of course.
Yeah.
But he's gonna job old boy out. For real.
That would have been the worst move ever. That kind of would have been like what AEW is doing with Miro right now. Miro ain't doing nothing. Miro
This
is first time Miro been on TV in like almost a year.
He should be in a heavyweight title.
Miro was on TV was Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door was in the summer of August.
Is it because of injury?
No. They didn't have nothing for him, and what they had for him, he told him he didn't want to do that. He's like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Lana said something very interesting. She says, what happens if Drew shows up and attacks Seth Rollins?
That's what I'm saying.
He's on Raw and he wasn't part of that tournament. That's very good. That's
part of his gimmick, part of his heel gimmick.
Yeah. He shows up. I mean, what if he shows up on at Saudi Arabia and attacks him? And prevent him from winning the belt.
Prevent anyone from winning.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'll be crazy. Like that'll
what's the pay-per-view at the
Saudi Arabia?
Money in the Bank. It's Money in the Bank after that, right?
After Night of Champions?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm hearing that LA Knight is supposed to be the briefcase holder.
I'm not mad at that.
So whoever my take is whoever becomes the world heavyweight champion won't hold the belt long. Whoever becomes the first one is not going to have a long run. Whoever comes after that person is going to have a long run.
But it's gonna be 2 Money in the Bank winners though, right? Because it's 2 titles now.
Nah, it's only going to be one.
Oh, that's crazy. And they get to pick what champion they want.
Yeah, but they never like when they had Money in the Banks. Oh yeah, they used to have 2 Money in the Bank briefcases.
Excuse me.
They used to have one for SmackDown and one for Raw, right?
Oh, my AirPods down.
I think right. They used to have one for SmackDown and Raw. I think, but I remember. I mean, because I remember initially it was just like if you want a briefcase, you can cash in on whomever, SmackDown or Raw. But I think at one point they had 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, and
Yeah.
excuse me, and
Yeah. That's how I was asking. They had 2.
yeah, and you can yeah, right, and you can cash in on if you was on SmackDown, you can cash in on SmackDown, and if you was on Raw, you cash in on Raw, right?
Yeah. Remember the year Damian Sandow won?
But who won with Damian though?
When Damian Sandow had it?
Yeah, but who won with Damian though?
I don't know who the other winner was that year.
Nah, I think it was always one though.
I remember they had 2. Cause I remember the year Damian Sandow won. I think it was 2.
Nah, it was one because Damian, right, and then Damian lost, but he was the only person that was the Money in the Bank briefcase holder.
No, Baron Corbin too.
But not the same year Damian Sandow won.
Nah, but Baron Corbin lost his cash in too.
Yeah, Baron lost his, Damian lost his, Austin lost his, Cena lost his.
Cena lost his?
Yeah, Cena was the first person to not successfully cash in Money in the Bank.
Who we lose to?
Shoot. Who was it?
I thought Cena won his when he cashed in. He was the only
Nah. He what he did was when he won Money in the Bank, instead of cashing it in on the person, whoever he fought, he decided to have a legit match. And he lost the match. And he unsuccessfully cashed in. It like what he did totally defeated the purpose of Money in the Bank. It was like, what are you doing? Why even it was like, why? It was just like he's like, I'm gonna do the right thing and fairly cash it in and have this match. And it was like on a Raw or something like that. Money and Bank.
typical John Cena stuff.
Typical John Cena.
Typical Cena. I know when they if they do give it to LA Knight, they better do the right thing because LA Knight is the truth, man. He's getting up there in age, so you got to do the right thing now. Oh. LA Knight's about to be like 42 years old, I think.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. There were 2 winners. So in 2012, there were 2 Money in the Bank. You had Dolph Ziggler and you had John Cena who won the same year. And then 2011, you had Daniel Bryan and Alberto Del Rio. 2010, you had Kane and The Miz. But so it was 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. And then after 2013, yeah. So it was Randy Orton who won it alongside Damian Sandow.
See?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. All right, so what happened? So Cena is 2012. Let's see, 2012.
Cena lost his cash in, you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
What he cash in on? Brock Lesnar?
I'm trying to find out who he tried to cash in on.
It
Let's
had to
see.
be Brock. For him to lose, it had to be Brock.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so it says it was on Raw 1000. It was for the WWE Championship. This was a single match announced ahead of time. Cena won the match against defeating champion CM Punk via disqualification after Big Show interfered, but failed to win the title because championships do not change hands via countout or disqualification unless stipulated. So he cashed it in having a match against CM Punk, but he failed to win the match because of disqualification. So therefore, the match became null and void after it was done, even though he won the match because of disqualification, but he didn't win the championship.
Damn you, Big Show.
He had to win. So actually, Damian Sandow was the first person to unsuccessfully cash in. John Cena said he was, but he really wasn't. Like he had a match.
Yeah, Damian ended up losing at the Edge, right?
Nah. Damian had a match against John Cena, and John Cena caught him with an attitude adjustment, and he just beat him. He beat him in the match. I think
he beat him in the match for a briefcase.
Yeah, it was on an episode of Raw. He tried to cash in on Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he was close to it. And then Cena, he beat him up a little bit, and then Cena put him in an attitude adjustment, and then he won a match, and Cena beat him, defeated him. Why? Don't know. That was another terrible.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was another terrible decision. Baron Corbin. Let me see. Yeah, Baron Corbin. He tried to cash in on Jinder Mahal. Okay, Baron Corbin was defeated by defending champion Jinder Mahal after a roll-up following a distraction by John Cena, who had just defeated Mahal by disqualification due to Corbin's interference. And then Braun Strowman, he lost because of no contest. He tried to cash in, and it says while Heyman incapacitated Foley with a pepper spray, both competitors were deemed unable to continue by another referee. So it was a Hell in a Cell match with Mick Foley as special guest referee, announced ahead of time. The match ended in a no contest after a run-in by Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman.
Wait. Special guest referee Mick Foley.
Yeah, this was Hell in a Cell, 2018. Yeah, and it says all right. So the match. This is what it says as the result. It says this was a Hell in a Cell match with Mick Foley and special guest referee announced ahead of time. The match ended in a no contest after a run-in by Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Lesnar kicked in the cell door, laid out both Strowman and defending champion Roman Reigns, while Heyman incapacitated Foley with pepper spray. Both competitors were deemed unable to continue by another referee.
That is crazy. I never knew that.
Yes, and whatchamacallit, I think had the worst one. Austin Theory was the worst one. The two cash-ins I hated the most, I could not stand, was Damian Sandow's loss and Austin Theory's loss. Those are the ones I could not stand. I was like, why? What's that?
The Miz. I didn't like the Miz. That was the worst. That's the worst one.
The one when he beat Randy, or the one when he beat
both of them.
The one we beat Drew McIntyre. Oh, I was happy when he beat Drew. I was super happy. Lana says Cody Rhodes was his manager at the time. Whose manager? Oh, Miro? Baron Corbin lost his because of John Cena, and Jinder Mahal was champion back in 2017. As she says, Otis lost his to Miz. Yeah, he did. I was glad when Otis, like certain Money in the Bank briefcase holders, like when certain people lose. I mean, it's not many, but like when whatchamacallit lost his briefcase, Otis, I was like, the fact that he even won a briefcase in the first place. See, it's stuff like that annoys me about Vince McMahon. It's just like, yo, you won't give this other person a chance, but you'll sit there and just create these stupid circumstances where, you'll give the briefcase to somebody we know is not going to be champion, and then have them, lose the whole, the whole match or the whole attempt to try to win the championship. When you could have put the opportunity in somebody else's hands. It's like,
that's Vince McMahon for you, man.
He was terrible.
I'm glad they put him in his place.
Or I'm super happy because we ain't got to deal with that foolery.
Yes, we don't have to deal with that foolery no more.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think LA Knight should win the briefcase, though.
You said you don't think so?
Nah.
You're bugging. You don't like LA Knight?
No, I didn't say I didn't like him. I just don't think he should win it.
Who you think should win the briefcase?
Should go to somebody else.
Like who? There's nobody else for it to go to.
You got okay. So I feel like Finn Balor, of course. I'm always say Finn Balor. I'm biased to Finn. But just fairly thinking, right? I think you have people like Finn. You got Shinsuke Nakamura, right? You got Drew McIntyre, right? You got Bobby Lashley, who never won a briefcase. That'd be crazy to have Bobby walking around with a briefcase. At any given time, he could take this belt off you. You know what I'm saying? Who else? But LA Knight is like right now. Because my thing is this, right? If LA Knight wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, right? Yep. What's the difference between LA Knight cashing in and Austin Theory cashing?
LA Knight is a better wrestler
than Austin Theory.
He's a better promo guy. LA Knight is everything. He was the man in Impact.
He's a better promo guy because he has the catchphrases that works with him, and he's a little funny. Even though he's a knockoff of Stone Cold. What? Yeah. What? Yeah. Come on, man.
That's not a knockoff, man.
Bro, yo, go watch Austin talk and look at Austin in 97, 98, 99. Listen to him talk, and then go listen to LA Knight and tell me you don't hear Austin.
I don't.
Ant, come on, son. Ant.
I don't hear no Austin, man.
We've been watching this for years. He don't remind you. You got Austin used to say what? He's saying yeah. Austin came out with a black vest. He comes out with a red vest.
Yeah, but his vest is more like Scott Hall's vest.
Right. Austin come out with a T-shirt and jeans and boots. He comes out with a T-shirt, jeans, and boots. Except for Austin's is black, his is red. The only thing he needs to do is shave his head, grow goatee, do the same thing he's doing. He's just another Austin. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. It's not that I don't like LA Knight, but it's just that he's just not original. He's just another knockoff. Like it's not that he's not entertaining. Entertaining because how is he original? See, like
Knight, yeah,
L.A. Knight, yeah. Oh my god, how is he original?
He's original, man. He's golden, bro. I'm telling you, man. He's gonna be bigger than He's gonna be bigger than Dolph Ziggler.
He probably is.
They,
He's
they lucky
already on
they
that
got him
road.
at his age. They got him at a late age. You know, he's in his 40s.
Yeah, he is. Lana says Drew's not in it. She said LA Knight gets on my nerves.
LA Knight is the man.
Lana. Do you agree that LA Knight is a knockoff Austin? A knockoff Stone Cold Steve Austin? Do you agree? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about all the Stone Cold Steve Austin promo. Lana, I don't know if you ever see. I'm quite sure you've seen Austin, but just you and Ant, go back and watch an Austin promo and watch how Austin acts, and then his mannerisms, how he talks, even the huskiness in his voice, and go listen to LA Knight, and you'd be like, "What?" Like, thank you. She says, yes, I agree. He's a knockoff Austin. Like, see, people get on Dolph Ziggler for being like a fake Shawn Michaels. Now, I admit, Dolph Ziggler is my guy. I love Dolph Ziggler. If Dolph Ziggler would have stuck to his original attire, like when Dolph Ziggler, the Dolph Ziggler that cashed in that Money in the Bank briefcase, the look he had at the time, that was Ziggler. But when Ziggler started wearing those tights, and started, I was like, yo, dog. I'm like, now you look like Shawn Michaels. But Austin was better. Of course, Austin was better because he's the, not necessarily because he was the original, but Austin was just funny. Yeah. I mean, LA Knight is fun, but nonetheless, LA Knight is entertaining. I don't take that away from him. He is entertaining. He is quite entertaining. But it's just that when I look at, LA Knight, is like he's a knockoff Austin. It's like the same way people look at Dolph Ziggler being a knockoff Shawn Michaels. And some fans are happy at LA Knight because it's not so much that LA Knight is just necessarily entertaining, it's the fact that LA Knight has a little catchphrase that everybody can sing along. Yeah, everybody can do that. Like, that's one of the things, is like fans miss the catchphrases. Fans miss the drops where they can, feel like they can join along with their favorite superstar or join along with the superstar. Those are the things in the 90s and the 80s that really caught people on to to certain wrestlers, certain performers. If you didn't have a catchphrase and you were just a good wrestler, you just was a good wrestler. You know what I mean? But if you did have a catchphrase and you was a good wrestler, then that was, a double plus for you. But LA Knight is he's a knockoff, bro.
Oh no, I don't know how y'all see that.
And I don't know how you don't see it. This was driving me crazy.
See it, bro.
And I think you intentionally just saying that. I feel like you know it, but you don't want to admit it because you like him, just because you knew where he came from. But you know it. And I think you probably like, you know what? I can't believe Eli Drake is doing this, but he's doing it. But nonetheless, he's going to get to where he needs to go. So yeah, I'm going to go with this. But we should do like a Austin LA Knight side by side. So you can see it. She says, do you guys think that Drew reminds you of Rick Rude? Interesting.
Drew
McIntyre. He doesn't. If Drew reminds me of anybody, at one point he kind of reminded me of Diesel, but I don't see Diesel. And that's only because how him and Dolph Ziggler did their had that whole tag team relationship and how they kind of partnered together. But he doesn't really remind me that much of Diesel. I feel like Drew's more of an original. Because Drew's different. Drew's a little bit, he's original. He doesn't remind me too much of Rude, maybe in the face, maybe he favors him a little bit, but nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody who reminds me of Ravishing Rick Rude was like Val Venus. Because Val Venus would come out with the towel, show his abs off, and talk to the ladies, and then he would like kiss them, and he would like, dance for the ladies and stuff in the ring, or I think kiss them, and they would faint, and he would put the towel on them. And then Ravishing Rick Rude, remember, he would take off his shirt, he would have his robe on, the girls would scream and take his shirt off, he'll start flexing, then he'll bring a girl in the ring, he'll kiss him, and they'll faint, and they'll take him out the ring. Like, that was gold. Like, that was golden. Like, I missed that. The golden era. Oh, it was gold. But yeah, not Drew. Like certain wrestlers I look at, I'm like, yeah, I could tell this wrestler was influenced by this person, or this person was influenced by that person, but not everybody. Some people I could tell, some people I can't. Some people, they would have to tell you. But I could definitely tell that LA Knight was influenced by Stone Cold Steve Austin, without a shadow of a doubt. I could tell Shawn Michaels was influenced by Ric Flair. I could tell that Triple H was influenced by Ric Flair only when he was with Evolution. Before Evolution, I couldn't tell. I didn't see it until Evolution, or until he said it, until Triple H said it, and then that's when he mentioned it, and then you had the whole Evolution thing happen. But before that, the only person I could see or felt like they had some kind of an influence on Triple H was like Shawn Michaels. But with Shawn Michaels, I seen Flair. I seen Flair. Like I was like, yeah, he reminds me of a modern day Flair. Not to the extent where I'm like, oh wow, like it's like he blatantly copied off of Flair. I could tell in just his the whole pretty boy image, and just him wearing the flashy things to the ring and stuff like that. Because Flair was the like top heel that was doing all of that. But Shawn Michaels had his own spin on it. Like Shawn Michaels, it was in Shawn Michaels, like you could tell Shawn Michaels was influenced by him, but he wasn't trying to be like Flair, but he was influenced by him in some capacity. Maybe I might be, maybe it might be me because it might be his face. No, it is. He does kind of look like Rude a little bit. Who else? Who else I can tell is influenced by somebody else? Austin. If you look at who Austin, I could tell Austin was influenced by Rowdy Piper.
You think so?
I think so. They're the same person.
I would have said the Brooklyn Brawler.
The Brooklyn Brawler? Why you say the Brooklyn Brawler? Not all people.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
You capping? Ain't no Brooklyn. He's talking about the Brooklyn Brawler. The Brooklyn Brawler. God. Oh God. The Brooklyn.
You didn't remind you of the Brooklyn Brawler, bro?
In what way?
Every way. His style, his wrestling.
Brooklyn Brawler never wore black tights. Brooklyn Brawler never really talked. He never talked. He never said anything. He just lost all the time. Undertaker used to be a mentor to Drew. Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Undertaker being a mentor to Drew?
Yeah.
No, I can't see that.
But I think everybody claims Undertaker being their mentor.
Drew's too soft. Drew's too soft.
You said Drew too soft. Drew ain't soft.
Drew's soft.
I mean, Drew and Undertaker, I could see it. But a lot of people said Undertaker was like a mentor to them. He was the only person. I mean, I'm quite sure he mentored a lot of people, gave them some advice. Because Undertaker won't really say, oh, I'm a mentor. He'll probably say, like, I gave him some advice here and there. He'll come ask me for advice. I'll give him some advice. But, I think most of the time people just did it because they were scared of Undertaker. Not more so because they was like, oh, they really want to learn. I think they wanted to learn, but it was just like a fearful respect because he was the big dog in the locker room. Like, he was always the locker room leader, especially after Hogan left. Like, he was the leader. Like,
you think so?
Who, Undertaker?
Yeah.
Everybody said it. They was like,
I think the Brooklyn Brawler.
What's with you, the Brooklyn Brawler? Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. I think the Brooklyn Brawler was the number one lock. I think he was. I agree with you. You know what? He was. The Brooklyn Brawler was. I think Brooklyn Brawler was better than Bret Hart. Roman Reigns loves Bret Hart. Yeah, he's like a lot of people's hero. He's one of my heroes. He was one of my Bret. Bret the Hitman Hart?
Man, fuck Bret.
You don't like Cody? You don't like Bret? I think you got something against cancers. I don't know what it is. You used to date a cancer. You dated a cancer?
I don't even know what month that is.
That's July. Is late June and early to mid July.
Oh, my baby mother's a cancer.
There you go. See, I got it right there. Right there. You didn't see that coming. Look at that. Boom. I knew it. Yeah, your baby mom's. Yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. I was like, because I know it's that energy. That energy is different. I'm telling you. Certain signs is like when you close to certain, when you have certain beef with certain signs, you always going to find another sign that gives that same energy. That's like you a Capricorn, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you knew it, like, all right. So let me not say Capricorn. All right, I say like this: like if you knew another Capricorn, right? Say you weren't a Capricorn. Say you were like a Scorpio, right? And you knew another Capricorn, right? And you knew a Capricorn, and that Capricorn, y'all went through some nonsense, whatever. And you was like, you know what? I don't like this Capricorn, right? You may meet some other Capricorns you like, they cool, but then you're going to meet another Capricorn that has that similar energy, and you're going to be like, I don't know what it is, but I don't like this dude. You may not know that, or I don't like this girl or this dude. You don't know that sign, and then you find out, be like, yo, what's your sign? And you be like, oh, you know what I mean? You know what that means? That means you have unresolved. You gotta open yourself up.
I'm cool with my baby mother though.
Then how come you don't like Bret? I don't understand this.
I don't like Cody, bro. He's just different.
Lana says I'm a Scorpio. Oh, see, look at that. Boom. I guessed the sign without even guessing it. Boom. She's Scorpio. How you like Cody? He's Cody. How do you like? I don't understand this. What does Cody got to do? He got to give you blood? I don't understand this. How do you like? What is it about Cody you don't like?
Huh? I think that's what it is. He got to give me blood.
Okay, what is it about Cody you don't like? I don't understand. What is about Bret you don't like?
Bret, I don't like his face.
Bret.
I don't like his face.
Are you serious?
I don't like his promos.
Oh man, I can see it because I wasn't a Bret fan when I was a kid. I was not a Bret fan. I became a Bret fan like when I was a kid, like little kid, because I watched Bret go up through the reigns, like in WWE from tag team champ to all the way up to World Heavyweight Champion. But yeah, I wasn't a Bret fan until he left WWE when I watched Wrestling in the Shadows. And I seen that whole story, and I was like, yo, word. I was like, Bret the Hitman Hart. I was like, did that to him? And I just watched his story as him being champion because at that time I wasn't really watching wrestling when he was like champion. I would see him here and there. I'd be like, yeah, I like Bret. And then I think I seen that match between him and Austin. And then that was the last, like that. I seen that match, but I like when I seen it and then forgot it. You know what I mean? But when I watched it again, I was like, yo, this match is dope. But yeah, Bret was the man. You like Bret? You're like,
that's the only match. That's the only match I like is that one against Austin.
What heavyweight champions do I think are overrated? Who I think Seth Rollins is overrated.
Wrong.
I think Seth Rollins is overrated. Huh?
Bret Hart, Big Show, Lex Luger, Diamond Dallas Page.
Nah. DDP, nah. Lex Luger, yes. You said who?
Kane
never really had a fair shot. As for his character, he didn't have a fair shot. He was, even though he was
World Heavyweight Champion from that long, wasn't he?
Nah, bro, he was like World Heavyweight Champion for like 6 to 8 months or something like that, and they took the belt off him because it was such an abysmal reign
back then.
Yeah, such an abysmal reign.
A long time back.
I was like, nah. Lana said Hulk
That's when he was feuding with Edge. That's when Edge did it.
You said Hogan? Nah, Lana. I can't agree with that. Hogan? Overrated?
Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. Sergeant Slaughter. Who I think was
Ric
overrated?
Flair.
Nah, I don't think Flair was overrated. Nah, Flair was the truth.
Chris Benoit.
Ric Flair. I mean, in the ring, yeah. In the ring, but promos, I can see why he was worth watching. His promos were gold. I could watch a Flair promo and be in stitches.
I think Eddie Guerrero was overrated.
Lana says John Cena. Eddie, I think.
Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, Christian.
You know what?
Alberto Del Rio.
Christian. Alberto Del Rio was definitely overrated. He was overrated. Wait, hold on, wait, slow down, hold on, slow down, hold on. You said, what's that dude name? Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero. I don't think you know what? I don't think he was overrated as a wrestler and as a performer, but I think that the magnitude in which they try to make him seem as big as he wasn't. In my opinion.
They try to put him on Rock and Austin level and all that.
Yeah, right. It's like the same thing I go through with John Cena. It's like people like JBL calling John Cena the GOAT, and then compared to Austin, Hogan, and Bruno Sammartino.
He is though.
He's a GOAT, but he's not the GOAT.
He is the GOAT, Sal.
John Cena?
Yes.
You is a lie. You is a lie. How? Explain to me. Tell me.
He's beating all the greats.
Huh?
He's beating everybody. 16-time world champion, bro.
What does that mean?
That means a lot.
You could be Austin was the
most heavyweight title championships ever.
Doesn't mean but Bruno Sammartino only held the belt twice, and he held it twice as long as he did.
Yeah, because
Hogan held the belt. Hogan held the belt 5 times and held the belt longer than he has.
Yeah, but look at that era. There was no competition.
Nah. You can't make excuses. No. See, this is the thing. No. If we're talking about the greats, right? If you're talking about the GOAT, the greatest of all time. See, that's the thing. All time. So that means that he has to be compared to every time period, every era. He has to have done something that was different or not, or surpassed or changed the game in some capacity.
You want to hear my top 5 heavyweight champions? You want to hear my top 5 heavyweight champions of all time?
Who's your top 5?
At 1, I got Triple H.
Okay.
2, Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
3, Cena. 4, Austin. 5, Taker.
Top 5? I give my top 5. My top 5 is a little interesting. At 1,
Brooklyn Brawler.
Santino Marella. At number 1, I got, it's so crazy. My favorite wrestler was always The Rock. First it was Bret, then it became The Rock. First it was Diesel. No, my first favorite wrestler, I didn't really have a good. It was Hogan. First it was Hogan. Then it was Diesel. Then it was Bret. Then it became The Rock.
Mine was Hogan, Shawn, Sid, Sting, Austin,
and Goldberg was one of them. Goldberg was in there too.
I didn't really like Diesel. I like Kevin Nash though.
Yeah, I like Kevin Nash too. Right. Me too. It was more so Kevin Nash. But when I look at it like all the way through, my number 1 pick would have to be. It's still. I would probably say it'll probably still be The Rock.
So you think The Rock was a better heel champion than Triple H?
Nah, in my opinion, no one was a better heel than Triple H in WWE. Period. People compare Randy to him. People compare Randy to him. No. People compare Edge to him. No. Edge, everything Randy and Edge did, Triple H did it already. He did it already. And he did it better. Triple H was so popping at the time. Triple H was so popping at the time as a heel, and it's so crazy because I wish y'all would be there. Like I wish I was there at that era to see it unfold, because it's different when you watching it versus hearing about it and going back and watching it and getting that feel of nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can really get that feel of nostalgia and really transport your mind and yourself back into that time and get that real feel and really pick up on why people said this person was so great. But then sometimes you won't be able to get it because it's just you and it's just you watching it. It's different. It's like if it's me and you and a bunch of people watching something, like it's the fans and the excitement behind the character that makes us partially buy into it. But when you're watching it on your own and you see some of the hype behind it, but you're not living in the moment, you can't really feel the hype and that electricity, that energy to really feel why they said this person was who they were. You know what I mean? So it kind of is different. But Triple H, I'm telling you, bro, when Triple H was the game, that 98, 99 Triple H, the dude was so popping that I remember on the news, they said who was the greatest heel of all time. This dude won by a landslide over Flair. Landslide. People voted. It was like it was like Channel 9 News in New York. They did like a whole that's when SmackDown used to come on UPN, and they did like a whole vote, and they voted Triple H. Boom. Landslide. He was so popping at that time. He was such a great heel, yo. You know what? Except Roman. I'm sorry. Lana said Chris Benoit scared. Wait, I'm sorry. Scared by the way. He looked. She said scared him by the way because when he slapped Stephanie. I'm sorry. When
And you still got to give me your 5 champions too.
Stephanie slapped him.
I'm trying to get away from that.
Oh, she said Benoit looked scared by the way he looked because of when Stephanie slapped him. She said except Roman. Yeah, Roman didn't look too scared. Roman laughed. I think when she slapped Benoit, he turned he just did give a little mean face. Lana, she says her top 5 is Austin, Rock, Triple H made the 90s of she said Austin, Rock, Triple H made the 90s and 2000s. Absolutely. My top 5, I'm still debating whether I should still put The Rock up there. It's between him and Triple H. I would say it like this. I'm going to say Hogan. Hogan's number 1. We're going to leave it to Hogan. Hogan's the GOAT. Because he's the GOAT. Hogan, Triple H, and The Rock share the second. No, let me just be fair. I'm going to be fair. My favorite wrestler, and partially, and I say this. Anyway, all right. Hogan's number 1. Triple H is number 2. The Rock is number 3. Brett. No. Randy Orton. And number 5. No. I take Randy out of it. Hogan, Triple H, The Rock, Bret Hart, and Goldberg.
Are you serious? Goldberg?
Goldberg. Nah, I'm telling you, as I'm saying, it's just like, you know what it's like? All right. It's like Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. So any child right now, any kid that's like what 9 years old right now at this time will be like, oh, I like Taker, or they'll kind of like get this kind of like feel for Taker, Undertaker a little bit. They'll like him a little bit, but they'll hear about the streak or what have you. You know what I mean? They'll hear about the streak, know about the streak. But then to have actually experienced it and see it and be in that excited, the moment of excitement, right? Then when they hear about it, like when they're older, like those are one of the things that kind of puts Undertaker in that category of like, yo, him being the best or him being one of the greatest, right? But to be in the moment, it kind of gives that extra oomph of you wanting to put Taker up there. But if you're not there when Taker was doing that, was like going through that whole streak, you'd be like, you'd be like, but
well, you would have thought Taker was mediocre. That's what you're saying?
No. I just think that the reason why I brought up Undertaker, to get to my point, the reason why I brought up Undertaker is because like Goldberg, it was just like at that time when Goldberg was on that streak, Goldberg was the guy. Like he was that dude. Like he was not putting Goldberg down. Nobody's putting him down. And then for him to beat Hogan, and him to beat Hogan, take that world, it was crazy. Yo, when Goldberg, it was like, because you had Austin and everybody going crazy over Austin, and out of nowhere, here's Goldberg beating everybody. Like, who's this big dude? Like, who's this guy running through people? We've never seen anybody like that since Hogan. The only other person we've seen like that since Hogan was Ultimate Warrior. You know what I'm saying? Because that hence Hulk Hogan's name, Hulk Hogan. Like Hogan was like the first. No, I wouldn't even say Hogan. Like Bruno Sammartino, but because Bruno beat everybody. Nobody beats Bruno Sammartino, right? But again, what I'm saying? So it was like when we had that with Goldberg, because that's how Hogan was. Nobody beat Hogan. Like nobody beat Hogan. That's who Hogan was. So when you had Goldberg doing it, but Goldberg was a little bit more athletic. You know what I'm saying? He had the spear, had the jackhammer. He was just coming through the ring and just eating people alive. It was just like, yo, this was crazy. Who is this guy? It's like it felt like you was watching a machine at work. Lana says Chris Benoit is creepy looking. He is kind of creepy looking. Taker is one of my favorite growing up. It's like if you wasn't
Goldberg and Bret Hart, man, that's kind of iffy, man.
Bret, come on, Bret's a 5-time champion. Bret was one of the best in the ring. Bret was a technical wrestler. Bret was the guy that introduced me to technical wrestling. Like he was the guy I used to watch. Like when I used to watch wrestling, I watched it just because of just them jumping and beating each other up. But Bret, when I watch Bret, is how I begin to understand. It's like he's a wrestler that helped me see the science in the ring of how. The reversals, the counters, like he was the guy that I seen doing that stuff. I was like, oh, that's dope that he did it. He reversed that. He was the guy I watched for that. And when I seen that, I was like, it's how he opened my eyes to it. The reason why I said Hogan was number one, because Hogan, it was like, Hogan was the, like when Hogan was there, it was live, man. Like, it was like everybody stepped their game up when Hogan was the man. When Hogan was the man, you had Macho Man, you had Coco Beware, you had the $1 Million Man, you had Ravishing Rick Rude, you had Jake the Snake, you had Ultimate Warrior, you had
I know you didn't say Coco Beware.
Coco Beware, the Birdman. You don't like the Birdman? Throwing the Birdman. Caw. You like the Birdman?
You might as well name the Red Rooster too.
The Red Rooster, right? The Red Rooster. Gary Ron Eric. Red Rooster. You know what I'm saying? But Hogan made like when Hogan, it's like that's the thing about Hogan. That's different from every era. Like when Hogan was the man, when I look at when Bruno was the man, I look at Backlund, I look at Pedro Morales, I look at Attitude Era. The only thing that comes to me that ever comes close to the golden era is the Attitude Era, because the Attitude Era was where you seen other rappers game up, because there was a guy in charge that inspired them to do that, and that was Austin. It was like Austin had that inspiration factor that made everybody step their game up. You know what I'm saying? Even though like Triple H was already at that level, you know what I'm saying? Well, let me not even say at that level. I can't say that. Everybody stepped their game up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody took their game to another level. With Hogan, that's what it was. Hogan made everybody take their game to another level. And it's like even when you watch Hogan's ascension, if like you go through like just like the documentary of how Hulkamania started from 82 and just how it grew, and you begin to see how Hogan's reign took wrestling out of that era that Bruno Sammartino had wrestling in for years, to the era he brought it into the golden era with sports and entertainment, how it became the way it is now because of his larger than life persona. What? It was like, like wrestling was like Christmas. It was like it was just like, it was special, man. You felt it. Like it was always excitement. You had Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you had it was just so much charisma, yo. You had so many dudes you could choose from that had charisma. And I'm not just saying like you had Rowdy Piper. You just had people that just like when they opened their mouths and they talked on the mic, and you seen their personality, and you seen them and just experiencing their personality and them talking on the mic. You felt it.
British Bulldog.
British Bulldog. He was all right. He was in. But I'm saying, I'm just.
Big Boss Man, Brutus Beefcake.
Bruce Beefcake, yeah, Big Boss Man, you know, but you know who?
The Rockers.
Yeah, the Rockers. You had the Hart Foundation. You had Strike Force, Tito Santana and Rick Martel. You had
Demolition.
Rick Martel, huh?
Yeah, Demolition.
Yeah, Demolition. That's what I'm saying. Like that, when you look at that era when Hogan was the man, and you go against that, and you look at that whole roster of everybody that was there. When Hogan was the man, everybody was like, you had 80% of the roster stepping their game up. They were at another level. Hogan brought sports entertainment to a whole nother level that like to this day we follow. It wasn't Bruno Sammartino, wasn't Pedro Morales, wasn't Bob Backlund. It was Hogan. Hogan was that guy that put us to this place in sports and entertainment, while we see larger than life personalities. And it's like now you got the in this era, right? It's like everything died down a little bit. But one of the reasons why what's that guy name? Who's the guy? The guy you like, LA Knight. The reason, LA Knight. The reason why we like him, or he's liked, is because of that personality. He pops. He comes on. Seth Rollins. The reason why everybody likes Seth Rollins is because he's coming out all larger than life personality. He's his personality pops at you. That's what Hogan did. That's who Hogan was. That's what I'm saying. Hogan's the GOAT, baby. But that's who I like. That's just my number one. But Brett, The Rock and Triple H, because they had what, in my opinion, they had the she said you also had Rick Rude. But the reason why I said Triple H and The Rock. The Rock was my favorite wrestler at one point, simply because he was black and he was really good at what he did. I mean, to be biased, but nonetheless. But when I look at it in hindsight, as far as overall, as a performer, as what was done, who did the best, who had the best work overall, Triple H had the best work. I don't know. I can't say that. I'm lying to myself. It's hard. To me, I just see them as equal. Because wherever Triple H lacked, Austin had. Wherever Triple H lacked, The Rock had. Whatever The Rock lacked, Triple H had. Triple H was always a great storyteller in his feuds. So was whatchamacallit. So it was The Rock. But they were like an anti-version of each other in some capacity. But they had the best, in my opinion, they had the best feud I've ever seen out of any performance ever. The best feud. I've never seen another feud as good as that. I've seen some feuds that were good, that came close, but The Rock and Triple H, to me, takes the cake. It could have been Triple H and Randy Orton had they went all the way to WrestleMania with that feud, but it didn't happen. But that feud with Triple H and whatchamacallit, that from 99 all the way to 2000, that whole year, you kept everybody entertained off of one feud for one whole year or like a year and a half. One feud. Greatest feud I've ever seen. Huh?
They feud goes DX days.
Right. But you would, but what I'm saying is, you would think that people be tired of it. You think, like, I don't see this. Like, their feud, they just had they had amazing chemistry, yo. They had people always say Austin and The Rock. It's like, yeah, Austin and The Rock did have great chemistry, but when they fought at WrestleMania, it was what it was, and then it was only for a big moment, like to give you, because you got the big superstar here, The Rock, and you got the big superstar here, Austin. But it was like, when we're talking about like storytelling, going back and forth, The Rock pursuing the championship, Triple H keeping the championship, making sure he never gets the title. The Rock ain't close to it, and then Triple H putting these impossible odds in front of him. It was just like, it was great. It was just great storytelling. The Rock was always fighting, always had these funny insults. You know what I'm saying? Triple H always beating him up, or they beating each other up. It was just like it was a great feud, It was an amazing feud. Who I said, yeah, but Goldberg, man. Maybe Goldberg's a little iffy. I think I might stick Finn Balor up there.
What?
In my top 5.
Finn Balor?
Well, I'm telling you, when Finn Balor won that world title,
he had his world title run in the hospital, bro.
but I'm saying he started Bullet Club. What are you talking about?
I don't mean nothing.
I mean, what do you mean nothing? What are you talking about? He started Bullet Club. You had Cody, you had Adam Cole.
He started it. His version wasn't even the best one.
He started it. It's his. It's his. It's his.
He birthed it.
Huh?
He birthed it. I give him that.
He birthed it, but he had a good run, though.
Was it for him? Yeah. Was it for him? It'll be no Bullet Club. Yeah.
It'd be no Bullet Club. If it wasn't for him, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that Bullet Club helped a lot of people that were in Bullet Club get extra eyes on them. That helped a lot. That helped a lot of careers. And that's why I feel like he's not getting. That's why I feel like he should win a world champion. I just have a lot of views on just Finn Balor overall, like how they doing him. But yeah. But anyway, that's my top. Well, Goldberg's a little iffy. Goldberg is a little iffy. He is a little iffy. He is. Who else can I put in my top 5? I say Randy. Let me put Randy back in there. Let me take out Goldberg and put Randy there. I gotta say Randy. Let me put Randy there. But Goldberg is definitely my top 10.
Yeah. I'll put him in 10. Yeah.
Can I say Randy? Yeah, I gotta say Randy.
I'll even put Booker T in my top 10. Yeah, I'll put Booker T. I'll put Booker T, BBL.
I take out Randy.
What, Batista?
Nah. Yeah. What? Flair. I'm putting Flair as number 5.
Why not Batista? Batista's 6 pounds, man.
Come on, son.
You would take it for a whole year.
That was one of the most boring feuds ever. That feud was so corny.
That feud was boring, y'all. I'm like, damn, again? Every pay-per-view.
That's what I'm saying. But like you got The Rock and Triple H doing this for like a whole year.
You could say more than like 2 years, Joe, because 98 too.
Yeah, like 98. And not one time did you get bored of seeing it. You were like, yo, you just wanted to see how the story ended. You wanted to see how the pursuit ended. You know what I'm saying? And I understood the reason why Triple H held on to the belt so long was because it was his time. Because The Rock already had his time prior to Triple H getting the belt. So it made sense why Triple H held on the belt for so long and then eventually, But
that backlash.
Yeah, but that backlash, but when he won that title, fans went nuts.
Yeah, they went nuts. They went nuts for Austin. No, that shit was crazy.
They did. That's what I hated. Because one thing I didn't like was that, it was good, but it was just like, it just took away from him just doing it on his own. Because he didn't really, but again, it was part of the story because everybody, what was I saying? Yeah, because everybody came in and helped Triple H to make sure he didn't get that belt. It was like they do everything at him, even the kitchen sink. But it was crazy because it was like after he won the belt, like literally like 2 or 3 months into his title reign, they started booing The Rock again. Lana says, I'm tired of seeing the bloodline. I'm tired of seeing the bloodline too. Well, not really. I'm just tired of Roman having the titles. I think it's time for this story to end now. It's like, all right, I think they try to like keep Roman off of TV so much because the Usos do more wrestling than he does. But they wrestle way more than he does. But yeah, right now at this point, I'm ready for Roman to lose the belts. Yeah, he's my guy. Huh?
I definitely agree with that.
He's my guy, but he's my guy. He's always been my guy. But I'm like, all right, enough is enough. It's time. Like SummerSlam will be. I think SummerSlam will make before SummerSlam, a little bit before SummerSlam, he'll be at his 1,000th day reign,
which is crazy, yo.
Yeah, we got a modern day reign. We got that modern day 2-year, 3-year title run.
We're not gonna see this for a long time.
Nah, Gunther's gonna do it.
Think so?
Yeah, we got 2 titles.
We can't have back to. I don't know.
Gunther's gonna do it, but because Gunther did it with he damn near did it with the UK title.
Yeah.
How long he had it for? What, 800 or something days?
Then he lost. I think he lost to Pete Dunne.
Yeah, and he only lost to Pete Dunne. Nah, he beat Pete Dunne for the belt.
So he lost to Djokovic, right?
Yeah, Djokovic. Yeah, and he only lost the title because they were getting rid of NXT UK, I think.
But they didn't get rid of it till long after that.
Yeah. So maybe it was just maybe it just was his time then. That's the case.
I'm mad they never gave him the NXT title though.
Who, Gunther?
Yeah, when he was Walter.
Yeah.
They really kept him out of that picture.
They did. But he was UK. He was a UK title. UK title holder. So they probably was just like, him being the face of the brand. But I think he was more protected that way because Vince couldn't say anything about him. He had the belt for 870 days. He almost reached 1,000 days. Gunther had the longest reign, modern reign, before whatchamacallit, old boy, before Roman. The longest modern day reign out of any champion. Because everybody, huh?
How many days?
He had 870 days. And I think before him, the person who beat him, who was like before him was Pete Dunne in 2017, and then came Gunther, and then because the only person who had like the longest reign at the time was Punk. Punk had like 400 and something days, creeping up on 500, I think, maybe close to. And then you had and then Pete Dunne came.
Yeah.
And then Walter. That's crazy. Now, whatchamacallit is going to reach 1,000 days. But that's dope, though. But that's what I'm saying. That's dope. It's like, it makes you want to go back and watch this performer.
Well, from the beginning?
I mean, from the beginning, see their matches, kind of see how they became so established in the era. Because even with Bianca Belair, like Bianca Belair is going on, she's past a year now.
Yeah, 400 days.
Yeah, 400 days, yeah.
400 like 4 days, something like that now.
Yeah, I like Pete Dunne as a cruiserweight. Yes, I like Pete Dunne as a cruiserweight. His match with Finn Balor, loved it. He's one of the few people I was like, when he fought him, I was like, yo, I don't know if Finn got a chance. But it was a dope match. That's what I liked about it. It was a fight. You know what I mean? I like matches like that where you're like, are they going to win or are they going to lose? And then, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. But yeah, Pete Dunne, yeah, I enjoy Pete Dunne. I like Pete Dunne. I can't wait till he goes back to the cruiserweight so they can use him properly. But all right, so we about to creep up on that 200. I'm sorry, that 2 hour mark. I said 200. 2 hour mark. It's 1 hour and 53 minutes. As it's time to sign off. So when you coming back? When you coming back on?
I'm gonna be back on the show. I'm gonna be on the show.
Yeah, man. Because we need.
I'm gonna be here.
Big bad booty daddy. All right, guys. All right, man. But yeah, man. All the best in Kentucky, man. Well, your vacation. Enjoy your vacation. Get lost.
Definitely will.
Turn around and be like, you ain't coming back. I see. You'll go out there and get lost. Be like, what happened to Ant? He's stuck in Kentucky. All right. But yeah, we thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. If you are watching us, if you're watching the replay, drop a comment in the comment section below. If you guys catching us on Facebook, or you guys catch us on Facebook on a replay or on the page, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment section below. Join in the conversation. Catch us as we go live every Wednesday and every Friday. Signing off, I'm your host, Saheem the Dream.
You already know, man.
Along with the big bad booty daddy. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.